Hi guys, Rob here with Deluks Gaming, and welcome back to my Reassembly series, Season 2, Episode 6. So before I explain what this is, first off I'd like to say this is going to be the first part of a two-part series that I'm going to finish off hopefully tonight. If I can get both of these videos uploaded tonight, I will. The goal tonight is to finish the Aldrovan. The Aldrovan is our carnivorous plant race that we have developed from birth using the blue and pink race. And now, without further ado, what is going on? So, a little story to tell you. So I was messing around with the game and I wanted to maybe practice a little bit with the dandelion, and so I decided to just start running around and shooting stuff, and then later on I decided, well, I'm gonna make a few modifications and hit the Alt F4 button with hopes that it wouldn't actually save the ship when I was done messing around with it. That does not work. I guess the game must periodically save as you go, and unfortunately it saved what I had done. So I could have torn it apart and returned it to its original shape, but I decided against that. I modified it a little bit more to make it a little bit more interesting compared to what it was. So if you look closely here, we have, actually we'll just load it up like this. So it works unbelievably well. It's actually really cool. So all of these are these large antimatter missiles, and then we have a full set of small antimatter missiles. Now the distinct difference between the large and the small is the small have an acceleration rate of 462, and the large ones have an acceleration rate of 276. So in other words, the small ones will track targets much better than the larger ones. That makes sense, right? The larger missiles, but the larger missiles do substantially more damage. The problem is when you're fighting smaller ships and such, the larger missiles take a long time to track. Now you notice I have both the missiles facing forward and back, which leads to an interesting situation when you fire on a target. So when you fire, they go in both directions. And you may say to yourself, well, that's ridiculous. Why would you do that? But what's interesting is that when you fire on a target, and we don't have a target right now, it always takes time for the missiles to actually start to lock and head towards their target. So sometimes the forward-firing missiles will actually pass their target before they actually realize that they are supposed to be tracking on something. So what's interesting is the ones that are firing in reverse tend to, quite often, if I'm not, it just depends on which direction I'm facing, but they can quite often be just as effective at killing enemies, depending on where they are, as the forward-firing ones. So there you have it. Now, and of course, the smaller missiles are very good at taking out the smaller targets, and you'll also notice that on the ship we have a whole crap load of the largest size of booster, which of course makes the ship travel a little better, and it still has that plant-like kind of thing. So what's the plan for our two-part series? So today, well, for this first episode, we are going to journey and maybe do a little bit more fighting. You'll notice that I have accumulated a whole bunch of social credits, and I've actually already upgraded our ship, so we can now have 4,329 P on our ship, which is a lot. And you need a lot when you're dealing with missiles, because missiles only work in quantity, and the downside, even the smallest missiles don't shoot very fast, and they do take a while to track. So you have to, you really need a lot of them, and you need a ship that has them facing in multiple directions, in my opinion, in order to be effective. So first off, let's go make an example, or show you an example of how effective this ship is now. It's actually quite interesting. So we're gonna head towards one of the center. Now it still doesn't turn great, but I don't know. We're gonna head towards one of the center bases here, so we'll head to this one. I'll just lock that in so that we head there. Oh, there's a bad guy. And I've had actually huge success. So in my time playing this race on my own, it's actually pretty fun. So I just hold down the missile button. I actually spent very little time using my regular weapons. I do when I get close, of course, but it's the missiles. The missiles do all the damage. The missiles are amazing. Now, the downside to this ship is there is no such thing as a harvester. So you do have to get quite close to the balls of goody happiness in order to collect the stuff. Oh, let's make a quick modification. Just a quick one. We're going to add more power, not because we need more power, but because we need more storage capacity for more resources, because we're going to be collecting a lot of resources here. And of course, we do not have a factory on the ship because it just didn't fit. Now we probably should have a factory soon, but for now, all we want to do is gather more social credits so that we can max out our design potential, and then we are going to build the mother of all Aldrovan missile craziness, and it's going to be awesome. See how effective that is? It does take a while. Like I said, it takes longer than some creations we've had, like with the insectoid race, to make the kills, but it's really hard to avoid dying when you've got this tracked on you. Now, after the missiles actually destroy something, the missiles that are still in the air will continue to track on enemy targets, even if you're not, even if you don't have them targeted, which is really interesting. So a lot of this time is spent in the ship just sitting here, waiting for the missiles to do their job. As a matter of fact, distance is your friend, because as soon as they start getting close, of course, why is this guy taking so much damage? That's so weird. Yeah, that's weird. You shouldn't have taken that much damage. But you see the missiles then, after they've killed the big guy that you're targeting, they go and they start beating up everything else. Okay, so we are going to get some range on that big guy because he's just a little too close for comfort. So, and then we're just going to send the missiles off to do our dirty work, right? And anything that gets too close, of course, we will take care of, make sure it's targeted. Otherwise, we're going to take out that big guy. Shouldn't be too much of a problem. Just watch this. I hope. Don't make a fool out of me. Oh, look, just cut him in half. Just like that. I love it. Now, one of the downsides with missiles is, of course, they can't go through targets, or they can't go through obstacles, so they can get kind of jammed up. If somebody, you can use, in other words, you can hide behind asteroids and stuff to avoid missile fire, which is actually quite an effective tactic if you're trying to fight somebody who's using strictly missiles, is just jump behind something. Now, these guys use a weapon that is pretty crazy effective. That little plasma thing that he's shooting at me, it can be pretty brutal, so yeah. So, uh-oh. We can't die from these little guys. Good thing we got that big guy anyway. Yeah. I think we got him now. What? Oh, are you kidding? It was the little guy that got me. Now, I should be maybe trying to get more range and stuff, but I didn't think those little guys were going to be able to get me. We beat up the big guy, we beat up the big station, and then we got killed by the little guy with the little laser. Little buggers, eh? Those little lasers, the yellow ones, they're pretty effective, and the yellow looks like a little plasma or something they shoot. It's pretty awesome. But the ship, the ship is designed to, look at all that armor. Like, all this fuzz on the dandelion is really good at protecting. Now, like I said, we are not keeping this ship. This ship was kind of an oops. I was just literally messing around. I think it was today I was messing around, or was it yesterday? I don't remember. I was just messing around, not thinking. I was thinking I would just Alt F4 out of the game and not save it and quit. And then, of course, I would be safe and I would be able to just come back in where I was. But nope. It is pretty effective. All the missiles, they are pretty effective, especially because once they have destroyed a target, just watch, they will continue to track on new targets, even if you don't target them. It's actually really brilliant. I really love it. See, even the guy that was coming in behind me there, he got nailed. Fighting with a tracking missile is definitely a different game, but I think this race is designed for it. You move slowly. All your armor is very, very effective, but it's also very, very heavy. So even with all those thrusters on here, you still move very slowly. So here we go. Let's take over this area. Bang. And then we're going to go after an agent. We're going to see if we can take on an agent or two with this ship, and I think we can do pretty well. So let's target. Let's go here. So we got Eric. Oh, let's see. Eric has 2 ships, 6618p, and then we have Hunter, 3 ships at 577p, and then we have Audacious 126, 0 and 0, 2017 2 ships, 108. 975. Of course, we're going for Eric. 6,618 points. We are going to go crush you, Eric. We're going to crush you. Here we go. Like I said, it takes a while to travel. It's a slow-moving ship. And it's not invulnerable, as you just saw. I actually like the design. The missiles remind me of teeth. looks like Jaws, right? I love it. I just think that's kind of neat. It's not as plant-like as I was hoping, but the next design we're going to make in this two-part series will be very plant-like. So we're just destroying what we can as we go here. We should have been collecting points too. More points than what? Oh no! Get him, get him, get him! See, those little plasmas are just brutal. But once my missiles target, they're in trouble. Oh, here we go. We got some new bad guys. So let's see. Oh, and we are in disrepair. That's not a good sign. So let's kind of rebuild a little bit. Then we'll go after these guys. Got to remember to take all of the goodies too. Oh yeah, they should go down pretty quick, I think. I hope. Yeah! I love it. Oh, fantastic. Okay, so these are the guys with the... They're almost like city skyline. Like, it's like a city skyline out here. It's like little buildings, eh? That's kind of cool. I really like it. And I think you can actually play this race. I don't know how much control you have over the plants. Now, I could be wrong. I should read some of my comments because many of you guys have been offering all sorts of advice. I don't want to ruin it for myself, right? I want to be able to jump in on some of these races without having all the information. So I kind of... If I don't respond to you because you're telling me about the game, it's because I kind of avoid reading certain things on the game that I haven't experienced yet, because it just adds so much more excitement to play and learn things for the first time for yourself, right? At least for me, you know, I don't want to know all the answers yet. I want to learn and figure some things out on my own. But see how the missiles, the ones that fire behind me and the ones that fire in front of me, they all serve a different purpose in terms of finding targets. I love it. I love the way that works. So yeah, okay, there we go. So I don't know, we got a few points from killing those guys. A few points. Moving so slowly. There we go. So slowly. Yeah, turning is a bitch. Okay, so let's, pardon my French there. We need to unload our resources. So let's maybe just go do a quick stop at a station. So fast forward. Okay, so I maybe shouldn't have fired. If I wouldn't have fired, these guys probably would have left me alone, but okay, we just gotta navigate through here. Carefully, it's really tough because we still don't turn very well. Even with all of those big thrusters, it's just the blocks for this race are so heavy, so incredibly heavy. So we just need to find a station. I think he's got a factory on him. Yes, there we go. Perfect. Little more. Little more. This is one of the earlier Aldrovan designs, you'll notice. Isn't that cool? Alright, so he just built a whole fleet from what we just gave him. Actually, I wonder, can we... Oh, I know. Let's take him with us. There. There we go. We'll take him too. Perfect. Can I take him? It's not letting me take him for some reason. Okay, so we conscripted one of these guys. That way we always have somebody to sell to, and I'm kind of hoping that he doesn't die. So we have to protect him as best we can as we go after this agent. But here we go. So let's crush this little base setup here with all these buildings, because he makes some good money. He makes some good resources out of these guys. And they do go down, but I'm finding, when you're fighting the plants with this race, the missiles are not all that effective. This is definitely not the ship you want to be using if you're just strictly going in, and especially killing the plant race that we always run into, right? The missiles, because they get stopped by all the fluff around all the plants, or even in this case, in the buildings, it's just too much to stop all of the damage being done to the buildings. Okay, so let's just bigger targets. Love it. We're up to 9,000 social credits now, guys. 9,000. I don't know how much we're gonna have to get to the elusive 8,000 ship P, but that's what we're aiming for. If we can get to that point, or when we get to that point, we're gonna be building our final design, and then we're gonna be launching it into the universe with the ultimate goal. Yes, of course, we are going to be playing a new race after this. I'm really excited to try some of the other races. So now I think we're just gonna whip through here. Let's keep going. The nice thing about having a guy that's got a factory with us is that he continues to build ships, and on top of that, I can sell the credits back to him, and I don't run the risk of losing all of those credits as we earn them. Well, it's an interesting little design, isn't it? It's pretty fast, but I don't know. Yeah, I'm not going to worry about killing off the plants. It's just... Oh, I also learned if you lock a target, so not only will the missiles automatically track to it, but so will your main guns. In other words, I point my guns over here, but they're still trying to track... They will still try to track the target that I have locked. Now, it's okay, except the auto-tracking doesn't lead. It doesn't lead your targets. So, well, goes without saying, that doesn't work so well when targets are moving really quickly, right? If they don't lead your targets. I think it does a little bit, but not that much. Just trying to make sure that we don't get bushwhacked by a bunch of little guys. So let's go take this station that's over here. So we're getting close to the agent now, so I want to make sure that we've got a respawn point. I know that we could probably respawn from the dude that's in our little fleet here, but I just want to be sure that we have something stationary that... oh, look, it's one of these. It's one of the big... They're like shippy thingies. Oh, no, there's a little shippy thing. Oh, one of our early Aldrovan designs is actually the station here. So let's go capture it. Yeah, this thing turns very strangely. The design I have in mind for the final Aldrovan boss is pretty awesome. I think you guys are really gonna like it. And of course, it is I'm hoping it works, but it's pretty plant-like, so I'm pretty excited to give it a shot. Okay, we are ready. Let's go after the agent. Oh, look at all these little guys, eh? Let them play with my missiles for a while. It's like duck shooting. I love it. And I love the teeth. Rawr, rawr. All right, we're getting close. The agent should be just over here somewhere. I'm hoping it actually appears this time, because sometimes the agents don't quite appear where they're supposed to appear. Oh, look at all my missiles. I don't know where they're going. They seem to be going this direction, but the agent's supposed to be over here. Oh, okay. I see. Oh, my friendly. He kind of lost his way. That's okay. Yeah, it's okay. We should be okay. Whoa, there he is. Interceptor by Eric. Okay, here we go, boys. Launch the missiles. Destroy him. Oh, this must be the second ship in his... See, because his ship is locked, all of my missiles will automatically go after him, and I cannot use my other guns, unfortunately, to do anything else when he's locked. Okay, so... Oh, crap. I have to... Come on, come on, come on, come on. There we go. See, all of those heavy missiles that fired behind me shot directly at him all at once, and it was enough to do the damage to destroy him in one shot. I love it. Oh, awesome. Okay, so there... Oh, damn it. Ah, yeah. Okay, fire! See, when they're close range, it's okay, as long as if they're facing right behind me, if they're right behind me or right in front of me, I can do a lot of damage very, very quickly. Like that. Look at that. Oh, except... See his high. Awesome! Very nice! Very nice. Okay, we don't have enough room to hold him. We just killed another agent, boys and girls. How'd you like that? We crashed him! The Aldrovan shall dominate. Okay, so now let's go sell, or we'll go capture the station, and then we are going to... Oh, look at 11,453 social credits to play with, and we are going to use those right away to upgrade our ship, and then we are going to do our final build. Hopefully we'll have enough points, enough social credits to be able to get the 8,000p. If we don't, we'll just, we'll finish it off on the next episode, but I'm pretty sure we're going to be close. If we need a few more points, that's fine. We'll just keep fighting, because we haven't spent a lot of time just fighting with this race. We spent so much time building, so little time just showing off what the race can do. Now I feel, at the beginning, it's really tough because you start this race out in the middle of nowhere. And it's really tough. Actually, you start in the middle. It's the most dangerous part of the galaxy. So you're against all odds. Is that an agent? No, maybe not. I don't know. No, I don't think so. He's pretty easy to kill. Okay, so there we go. And, yeah, hey, come here. Come here. I need to talk to you. Come here. I need to sell all my stuff. Come here. Come here. Stop trying to avoid me. Come on. Kiss me. Kiss me. Smooch. Okay, build some stuff so you can take more. There we go. A little bit more. Come on. I know you can do it. There you go. I know you like it. I know you like that. Okay, there we go. Let's upgrade our ship. Here we go. Oh, 6,000. Okay, so we need 3170 for the next 634 piece. So we'll probably need almost the same amount again in order to have enough to max out our piece. So we need to just fight more bad guys and build up that P. Or we could start doing the build and then add on to the ship. I think we should start doing the build and then we'll just add on to the ship as necessary. I think that's the way to go. But before we do that, we have to destroy the station. Just watch it. Look at this. Crush! Look at the missiles. Oh, just brutal. They just don't stand a chance. Like, there's just too many missiles. Too many missiles. And yes, the new ship is going to be a missile ship, of course. Now we could unlock the whatchamacallit, the other plasmas, the larger plasmas, and we probably will. And we'll throw a few on the ship because I think it's important to have some good close range, fast firing guns that do some damage. But really, this race, it is truly about these missiles. These missiles have been amazing, and I think that's why it's so hard at the beginning, because each missile is so expensive in terms of P that, you know, at the beginning you have one or two missile launchers, and that one or two missiles do nothing. Like, you just can't do enough damage with one or two missiles. You need an array. You need the chompers. The chompers. Lovely. Okay, and we'll go kill this guy, and we'll take this area. I love it, and actually I've done fairly well. So, like, on my own, capture. Awesome. So on my own, I have captured a whole crap load of stations just on the sort of the borderlands here, you know, between the very center and the very edge. And I accidentally did hit the wormhole at one point, and I did a stay here. So the earlier versions of the Aldrovan will be out in your galaxies, coming to your galaxy soon. Don't worry, the Aldrovan itself, unless it's expertly managed by somebody other than me, actually is very difficult to operate. But I think, actually, no, that's not true. I think this ship, as long as you're constantly pushing the fire button, you're okay. And look, you don't actually use energy to fire those missiles, unlike the fighters that require enormous amounts of energy in order to launch. These don't require any energy. So yeah, you virtually never run out of power. Okay, let's grab that. Yoink. And actually what we could do, we could put a little factory on here. Or should we just go do the upgrade? I think we should do the upgrade. Okay, here we go, guys. I'm ready. Actually, before we do that, let's... Right. So the sprouted podling is in my... Right. Okay. Something that was pointed out to me, and something I kind of realized when I was messing with the insectoid race. By the way, if you have a ship in the queue of some of your other ships, in other words, if I hit the command and I went into another friendly ship and adjusted their queue and added ships that were in my fleet here, they actually disappear. So you have to be careful because you can cause your ship designs to disappear. So whatever. Anyway, we're going to save this design just by doing that, and we're going to start a brand new Aldrovan ship. So here we go, guys. I'm going to fast forward this, and you know, I just want to know if you guys want me to ever stop and explain anything in here. I would love to, because there's lots of little pieces that maybe you don't get to hear or understand because I'm always fast forwarding through these. But, you know, for the most part, I think I've had a pretty warm reception in terms of fast forwarding. But, you know, if you guys ever want me to stop and kind of go through everything here again, I would love to. Anyway, away we go. Fast forward. Okay, guys, there you have it. Once again, I built a ship that is barely capable of flying. It looks very, very cool, but unfortunately we don't have a lot of thrusters on this ship again, because we ran out of points to put thrusters. However, that's going to come pretty darn quick here. We just need a name, and as a temporary name, and I kind of like it. I think it's going to stick, but I think we'll go with the Piercing Nettle. So this is going to be the master ship of the Aldrovan race, and I love it. Like, it screams plant life, right? I mean, it really does scream plant life. You can't deny it. And of course, we have, there is 16 small anti-missile launchers. Or sorry, actually there's more than that. Sorry, there's 16 large on either side. I don't even know how many are on here. I don't know. There's like 20 per, or 10 or 12 per side of the small. So like 24-ish small and 16, 32. Oh geez, no. So there's like 44 of the small and there's like 32 of the large missiles. Now we don't have any defense guns. We barely have any thrusters. But I'm pretty pleased with the design. It's big. It's really, really, really big. And we are saving it. And away we go. And there you have it. That ends part 1 of a 2-part series, which will finalize the Aldrovan race. Stay tuned, because I'm going to have that up as quickly as I can. Take care, guys.